Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Amigurumi teacup crochet pattern tutorial. So this time we're going to be working on the cheeks, the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the smile, and the handle of our teacup. So once we're done, it'll look something like this. I'm going to be going over the supplies for part 2. They are very similar to part 1, but just to make sure you do have them ready and available, I will be listing them now. So to start, we'll be needing some scissors. You will also be needing a needle for sewing in the ends and particularly for the smile, the eyebrows, and the eyelashes. And if you feel the need, a stitch holder would be great. I do use mine quite a bit, and it's actually something that my boyfriend had 3D printed for me because I do know that there are rather large stitch holders out there, and I prefer to have a smaller one, so this is what I was given and made. You will also be needing a crochet hook in size D. And for part 2, we're going to be using some red heart yarn in the color Petal Pink. And next we'll be using this black red heart yarn. You're not going to be needing this entire thing. You'll actually only need a little bit. So if you do have some scrap black yarn hanging around, you can certainly use that. We're actually going to be splitting the yarn when we use it so we can make it a bit more slim, and that's how we'll do the eyebrows, the smile, and the eyelashes. You'll also be needing some polyfill or fiber fill for the stuffing of your handle. This stuff is pretty cheap. You get a whole bunch of it, 12 ounces in this bag for $3.99. I found it at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure you can pick it up at Walmart and also Joann Fabrics. You will be needing it for part 3 as well, so it is something that you need to go out and purchase if you do not have already for this pattern. If you haven't followed me already, please do so on Instagram at AllieChatsOfficial. You can also find me on Facebook under Allie Chats, and I do have a blog which is www.alliechats.com. And if you're interested, I do have the full Amigurumi crochet teacup pattern available on my blog. So if you don't want to wait for the videos, you can head there now and it's all ready for you to do. So if you've got your supplies and you're ready to go, let's get started on part 2. Welcome to part 2. To start, we're going to be crocheting the handle for our cute little teacup. Now the pattern does say to chain 2 and then insert 6 single crochet, but you know that I do like to use my magic ring, so we're going to start with that. So we're going to put our string over our 2 fingers like before, insert the hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and there's our first stitch. Now just do that 5 more times. And now that we have our 6 stitches, I'm just going to pull tight. Now this is my 6th stitch here, so I'm going to insert the hook and slip stitch together and pull the string tight, and there is the start of my handle. Now for the second round, we're going to begin by increasing, which is 2 single crochet in the same stitch all the way around. So we'll be having a total of 12 stitches when we're done. Here we have our 12 single crochet all around, and this is the end of round 2. Now for round 3, we're going to be single crocheting in each of the 12 stitches. 3 is done, we'll have 12 single crochet all the way around still. And you can see that it's starting to go upwards, so now we're beginning to see a small bowl-like pattern. Now for rounds 4, 5, and 6, we're going to be doing the exact same thing, which is 12 single crochet all the way around. So I will do that now and I'll be right back with you. Alright, and after round 6 it's going to look like this. It resembles a small basket. I do find it easier to work now with it inside out. So the string is currently on the bottom and we're just going to turn it inward. And then I like to take the string and kind of stuff it in there, just so it stays out of the way. Alright, for round 7, we're going to be doing 5 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, and then an increase, which is 2 single crochet in the same stitch, to give us 7 stitches, and we'll be doing that 2 times, which means we'll be getting 14 single crochet when we're finished. So it'll look something like this. One single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, and 5. And now our increase, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So we have a total of 7 stitches. And now we're going to do that same thing one more time around. This is what it looks like after round 7. And for round 8, we're going to be single crocheting in all 14 stitches. Is what it looks like after round 8. Now for round 9 through 15, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So we will be single crocheting in each of the 14 stitches all the way around. I will go ahead and do that and be right back with you. After row 15, this is currently what our handle looks like. It is a big long tube. And for row 16, we're going to be single crocheting in the next 5 stitches and then a decrease. And I'll show you how to do that. So we'll begin with 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, and 5 single crochet. Now for the decrease, we're going to be working in the front loops only, and it's very similar to the increase because we're going to be working in 2s. So we're going to take the first stitch front loop only, the second stitch front loop only, and then we wrap around and pull through both of those stitches that we just picked up, and wrap around and pull through 2. So that is our decrease. So essentially we've taken 2 stitches and now decreased them to 1 stitch. Now just go ahead and do the 5 stitches into the next 5 stitches again, followed by the decrease. Now as you can see, because we have decreased here, we're going to be working in this stitch. Show you one last time. To decrease, we're going to pick up the first front loop, the second front loop, and as you can see, they are only in the front. Now yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that concludes round 16, so you now should have 12 single crochet around. And now for rows 17 through 23, you're going to be single crocheting in the next 12 stitches. So I will go ahead and do that and be right back with you. Now after row 23, this is currently what the handle looks like. Once you finish row 23, the handle is complete. Grab your scissors and give yourself enough string so you have some for sewing on the handle, and give it a cut. Now pull the string through the loop and pull tight. Now you won't need to sew in the string because we are going to be using it to sew the handle onto the body of the teacup. So you're all done with the handle, just go ahead and place that to the side and we will start working on the cheeks. Alrighty, we're moving on to the cheeks and we're going to be using our pink yarn. We will start with a magic ring, so we're going to take our 2 fingers, wrap the yarn around, put the needle in, pull through, wrap around, and pull through again. So there's our first stitch, and do that 5 more times to make 6 total. Pull tight. And now we're going to slip stitch in our 6th stitch. And pull the string tight. So there's the beginning of our cheek. And now we're going to increase, so we're going to put 2 single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, totaling 12 stitches when we're finished with round 2. Of round 2. Now for round 3, we're going to single crochet in each of the 12 stitches. Once you're done with round 3, this is the completed cheek. Go ahead and grab your scissors and leave some excess tail because you'll be sewing this onto your teacup, and give it a cut. Make sure to secure the end, pull the yarn through and pull tight. Now go ahead and grab your yarn needle, you'll be sewing in the string on the back. I will go ahead and do that very quickly. My ends are now sewn in, and I do have a tail left over to sew and attach to my teacup, and this is my completed cheek. Don't forget to make another cheek. You'll be using the exact same pattern, just like we made this one here. Otherwise, your teacup will be looking a little lopsided. And now we have both cheeks all done, ready to be sewn onto our cute little teacup. So you're going to need your sewing needle, and we're going to place our cheeks front side up, and we're looking to place the cheeks in between rows 14 and 18. So if you want to look on the inside and count your rows, you can do that. or you can kind of just guess to where it would look best on your teacup. It's completely up to you. I'm just telling you how I've done it. I think it looks best right about there. So just go ahead once you find your spot and start stitching on your cheek. To secure the string is to just kind of weave it into the stitches like this. Get a couple there and then pull through. And once you have your stitches all secure, go ahead and feed it through to the inside of the teacup one more time. And now you're ready to clip the string and move on to the next cheek. So there's the first cheek all sewn on, super cute, looking good. Go ahead and sew the next cheek on, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so now my cheeks are both on the teacup, and it looks pretty symmetrical to me. As long as you've got it how you want it, that's all that matters. So next, we're going to be putting the smile in between the cheeks and the eyes. It can be a bit difficult to make the perfect smile, but let's be real, nothing in life is perfect, so let's give it a shot. You'll be needing some black yarn, just a small piece, it doesn't have to be gigantic. And then we're going to put the yarn through our yarn needle. Now I like to start from the inside, so we're going to be taking our yarn needle from inside out and just kind of find a spot that looks best to start your smile. This can be something you play around with and see what works out in your favor. I think this looks like a good spot to start from. So I'm just going to pull the yarn through and kind of place where I think it should go before I start to sew it in. And then just kind of put the yarn needle through to where you think would be best. And pull through. Now you're going to need to come back into a close spot so you can make it look like it never ends. Now this part can be challenging because you don't want it to look like a V, you're looking for more of a U shape. That looks pretty good to me. But I'm just going to go over it one more time so I can hide the blue strings here. And just tie it in a knot to secure, and now cut off the excess. So this is currently what we have, a teacup with cheeks, eyes, and a smile. The next part we're going to be doing is the eyebrows and eyelashes, and those can be a bit tricky as well. Now since string is a bit too thin for the look I'm going for, I use yarn. I just try to peel it in half. Think of string cheese. This works best if you go slow, otherwise it can get tangly. And once you have enough, just go ahead and chop it off. And this is the thickness that I'll use for the eyebrows and the eyelashes. So grab your yarn needle and string it through. And eyebrow placement is completely up to you, wherever you feel looks best. Just for reference, this is the original. You can see I placed the eyebrows just a little bit over the eyes, maybe 2 rows up, and then the eyelashes are here, just 2 of them, and gives your teacup a nice feminine flair. So this is 1 and 2 rows up. So I'm going to insert my hook from the back, pull it through, and determine the appropriate length that I think is best, and pull the yarn back through the other side, and there you have it. Once you find the appropriate size of your eyebrow, just go ahead and tie the string together and clip off the excess. I like to use a double knot, but don't tie it too tight, otherwise you may mess up the form of the eyebrow. Now I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back. Now you could leave it just like this. You do not have to make eyelashes if you don't want to. If this is cute enough for you, then you're all set until the next step. Or you could use the same yarn as you did for the eyebrows and just go ahead and peel that in half to make it even smaller. And then this is going to be for your eyelashes. So we'll put the yarn needle through. And I like to start in the middle, as close as you can to the actual eyeball. And as you can see, we'll already need to go and redo as close to the eyeball as you can get because there is a small gap there at this time. So I like to go out past the eyebrow and then insert your needle. Now again, go really close to the eyeball. And now we're going to do the smaller of the two eyelashes. And before you put your needle through, you can kind of see where you'd like it to go. And it looks like that. So if you're happy with this, then you're all set. Just go ahead and tie your yarn together and clip it off. If not, you can tweak it around and see what looks best for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eyelashes on the other side, and I'll be right back. And now we're all done with the face. We have our smile, our eyes, our eyelashes, our eyebrows, our cheeks, and we're all set. The base of the teacup is complete. Now we're going to be moving on to the handle. Now this is what our handle looks like. And we're going to be stuffing it slightly with some polyfill. I find it best to use a wooden stick. This one came in the bag of the polyfill when I bought it. So we're just going to be taking a little bit at a time because you do not want to overstuff this. And then just use your finger and the stick as well. You don't want to stuff it too much around the top of the handle because we will be sewing that flat onto the teacup. As you can see, it's not too filled, it's just a little squishy and gives it some shape. Now you're going to need your yarn needle again, and we're going to sew on the handle. The best way I find to place the handle is to fold your teacup in half. And then take the left hand corner. And then this is where the teacup handle will go. We'll be working with the top of the handle first. We're just going to be sewing it shut. And once it is finished, we're going to attach to our teacup. So we're going to place it below the lip. So there is the attachment of the handle on top. And I'm just going to go ahead and go over it one more time to secure it. And once you finish sewing on the top, we're just going to weave our string down to the bottom so we can sew on the bottom of the handle. So now you need to figure out what looks better, and remember you'll be stuffing your teacup so it will be poofed out a little. Don't forget to locate the bottom so you don't sew it too far down. Just make sure that it is right above that bottom line, and then go ahead and start attaching. If you need to find the bottom line and then stick the needle through first, that might work better. your handle is secure, go ahead and weave in on the inside the rest of the yarn just into a few stitches to secure. Make sure you do it in the middle of the stitches, otherwise you don't want it showing on the back side. And once you've done that, take your scissors and cut off the excess. And there you have it, it's all finished, the handle has been attached, the cute little face is done, and this completes part 2. Alright guys, we're all done with part 2. This is currently what your teacup should look like. We do have the cute little pink cheeks, the eyebrows, the eyelashes, and the smile. We also have our cute little handle all sewn on and stuffed with our fiber fill. So our teacup is starting to take shape. We only have a little bit more to do, which we will go ahead and start in part 3. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. And also, please click the bell for notifications when I do post my next video. So then you'll be the first to know when part 3 is ready. So as you can see, we're almost finished. We just have to do the top of the T and the cute little tea bag, and we'll be all done with our teacup amigurumi pattern. So stay tuned for part 3, and I'll see you next time. Bye!